This loan app looks completely normal when you first see it online. It has a clean design, simple buttons, and very convincing promises. It tells you that you can get money instantly without complications. At first glance, it feels like a safe and useful financial tool. But behind that simple appearance, something much more dangerous is happening. In just a few seconds after installing the application on your phone, everything begins to change silently. The moment you accept the permissions, the app starts accessing your personal information without warning. It gains access to your contact list, your stored photos, and your private messages. Most users do not realize what they are allowing at that exact moment. Everything feels normal, and nothing seems out of place or suspicious. That is exactly why this type of scam is so effective. Because it does not feel like a threat when it begins. It feels like help during a moment of need and urgency. Most people who download these apps are not being careless or irresponsible. They are usually dealing with financial pressure or an urgent situation. They might need money quickly to pay bills or solve a problem. So they search online for a fast and easy solution. They type phrases like instant loan or quick approval. And immediately, many options appear that seem legitimate and professional. These apps are designed to look trustworthy and reliable to users. They often include fake reviews and high ratings to build confidence. Everything about them is carefully planned to reduce your doubts. Once the user chooses one app, the process feels smooth and simple. The app asks for basic information like name and identification. This part feels normal, just like any real financial service. Then comes the most important moment in the entire process. The app requests permission to access contacts, files, and storage. Many users accept these permissions without thinking too much about it. They believe it is necessary for the app to function properly. But that simple action is what allows the scam to begin. From that moment, the app starts collecting data in the background. It does not show any warning or suspicious behavior immediately. Instead, it works quietly without drawing attention to itself. It begins to scan your contacts and identify close relationships. It analyzes who you communicate with and how often you interact. It builds a detailed profile of your personal and social network. This information becomes extremely valuable for the scammers. However, the app still does not take action right away. It waits patiently for the right moment to start the attack. This delay makes the situation even more dangerous. Because the user begins to trust the app over time. They forget that it even exists on their phone. And that is exactly what the scammers want to happen. It says that they have access to your contacts. But then something unexpected happens shortly after that. When the user feels completely safe, the next phase begins. At first, it may seem like a fake or random message. Many people think it is just spam and ignore it. One day, a message suddenly appears on the phone screen. The message is short but very direct and alarming. A friend or family member sends a confused message. They ask about a strange message they received related to you. That is when the situation becomes very real and serious. Because it confirms that your data has already been taken. The app did not just access your information temporarily. It copied and stored your data without your consent. Now the scammers begin using that information to create pressure. They send messages designed to cause fear and urgency. They might threaten to contact more people from your list. They might create situations that feel embarrassing or stressful. Even if the information is not truly harmful, it feels dangerous. Fear changes how people think and react in these situations. When fear increases, logical thinking starts to disappear. People begin making quick decisions based on emotions. This is exactly what the scammers are trying to achieve. They want the victim to react quickly without thinking clearly. Many victims decide to send money to stop the situation. They hope that paying will end the threats immediately. However, the reality is very different from what they expect. The payments do not stop the problem from continuing. Instead, it shows the scammers that the victim will respond. This leads to more messages, more pressure, and more demands. At this point, the situation becomes digital extortion. The victim is no longer dealing with a simple loan issue. They are now dealing with ongoing manipulation and threats. Even if the victim stops responding, the data still exists. The scammers can keep using that information in other ways. They might store it or even sell it to other groups. This means the impact can continue long after the attack. These operations are not random or disorganized. They are structured and designed to work efficiently. Different people handle different parts of the process. Some create the apps, while others manage communication. There are also systems that store and organize stolen data. New versions of these apps are constantly being created. They use different names and designs to avoid detection. But the core method behind them always stays the same. This is why the scam continues to work repeatedly. Many people fall into the same pattern without realizing it. The apps look helpful, but they are actually traps. They appear at the exact moment when someone needs help. That timing makes them extremely effective and dangerous. Anyone can become a victim under the right circumstances. It only takes one moment of stress or distraction. One quick decision can lead to serious consequences. That is why awareness is so important in these situations. If an app asks for unnecessary permissions, that is a warning sign. If something feels too easy or too fast, be careful. Always check the source and legitimacy of the application. Do not trust something just because it looks professional. Scammers invest time to make everything appear real. Taking a moment to think can prevent a serious problem. Because once your data is shared, it cannot be taken back. And once the process starts, it is very difficult to stop. Not every app is dangerous, but some are extremely harmful. The challenge is knowing which one you are dealing with. That is why understanding this system is so important. Because the more you know, the harder it is to fall into it. And in situations like this, knowledge is your best protection. Thanks for watching. Don't forget subscribe.